And here we are joined for the first game of the night, and only game of the night at Rockingham Cambio Cumbre's home ground. We have Arqam Eagles, who, for my record, are winless versus the fully undefeated Cambio Cumbre. Hardy, out wide to De Oliveira, down the line, trying to hit Amory, and just running out of real estate. With Hayes, who just returned to the Supa-Liga and is on goal-scoring form. Allen trying to go down the line. Cruz just covering him as he loses that duel. It's a 3-on-1 if they can use it. Bucat can't find the top corner though. It's called back for a rolling foul. Now, of course, in winter we only have 14 minutes of stop clock due to the shortened capacity of the season. It's also a cup, so not your usual 16 minutes of stop clock, but still a long game. Shot early as Kirkby sees that out. Kirkby on the ball now, and traditionally Cumbre play 4-0, but today they're playing the 3-1 as they try and let Will Hayes on the run, but the throw was slightly over from Kirkby with the first subs for the Arqam Eagles. We have pretty much their full B team on their A bench today. Salah resetting in the middle to De Oliveira. Now out wide, taking their time, Arqam, as they're not under any real pressure. Cumbre happy to hit at that half-court defense. Of course, limited subs for Cumbre. In fact, Fonseca, the veteran, is just got his jumper on. Well, I did see him warming up to expect to see him. Cruzette now driving. Of course, very good on the left. Let's see if he does it. He tries to cut in, beats one. Now on his right. Hardy standing strong though as it goes back out for Arqam Eagles, and that was a bit sloppy, but it ended up with a Hardy ball. Hardy going short, and Eagles playing 2-2 into a 3-1 at the moment. Looks like they want an early ball out for the relieve the pressure, and now back with Hardy. Hardy going long. One-time ball, and it's going to go long, and intercepted by Hayes. Hayes got plenty of space to drive. This is where you want him. Fakes one and sends one to the ground. Can he finish? And that's an early goal from Will Hayes. Of course, the man with his signature. Bottom corner. Of course, Will Hayes in for the Golden Boot race, I believe, as he usually is. There's some subs early. So we have some new players. The Ugly on the ball now. Playing out short, and now with De Oliveira, who wants to drive. Does so. Ball down the line and tries to cut it back, but seen out by Cruz. We have Thompson on for his first minutes for the A's. The young superstar has been on fire for Cumbre, being instrumental as their one-on-one player, as in the absence of Garner, Garnham, Basto, and Tang. Back to Hardy, getting intercepted by Hayes, and just touch not in the direction where he can punish. De Oliveira trying to play the ball through, but hitting his own teammate as De Oliveira looks very disappointingly. Ball restarted short. Now with Thompson, plays a good ball to Cruz, who hits the target and got runners off him. Lays it to Thompson, who toe pokes and just intercepted there from the Arqam Eagles. It's a good passage of play there from the youngsters. Getting pressured now. Hayes intercepts and puts the pressure on in the corner. Shoved into the stands as that'll likely be a yellow card. It is. Sembrelli complaining about that one, as well as Sinclair, who's usually a goalkeeper, but on the pitch. Standing over it, Cruz hits and seen out. Allen back on the court. His signature Asics boots, of course returning from his stint in Japan. Shot and just not on target. Quite heavy press from Cumbre as Hardy looks to go short. Setting the pressure here. De Oliveira back turn, back rolls, but really just not on it. Resets to Kirkby, goes long and hits the ceiling. Aiming for those 6 points. And we have Sinclair on the court. Of course, they saw him a little bit in the Bs, and he wasn't bad, but definitely wouldn't play him at the back three. De Oliveira skipping through too, showing his nice foot skills, doing those signature step overs, and just can't turn his way out of danger there. Plays it short. De Oliveira, this is not where you want him. You don't want him with plenty of space because he will punish you. Against Cruz, starting to do those runs as De Oliveira makes his way to the floor. Not sure what happened. I was kind of blocked. Sinclair trying to go through. Is this going to be 1-1? Kirkby with the save as Cruzette restarts. Cruz, Thompson hitting Allen, and Allen falling to the floor. It's a 3-on-1. Can't find the target though. As we have a ball switch with orange balls coming out. Thompson is isolated. Kirkby decides to go short to Cruz. Nice run by Allen as now Fonseca joins us on the court. Calm and composed. Cruz going long and no one home. Hard dropping short, and Cumbre very happy to sit here as they're on their 1-goal lead. Salah back on the court. Of course, the experienced man usually a target, but due to the low numbers of the Arqam Eagles, that it's playing him at the back three, and I don't disagree. He's very calm and read that ball nicely. Fonseca, Thompson, Cruz takes it down the line, beats past Sinclair, who's struggling, and Cruz with the shot, not very cute, but the back post was there. Fonseca intercepts. Amory hits it in the middle as Sinclair finds himself to the floor. Kirkby looking to go early with Allen. Decides to beat past Sinclair. He goes diving in. Khalid, poor pass. There's a toe poke. Hardy with the save, and it brings it back into his deep for safe handling. Goes short though. Salah hitting Amory, who was on the turn. Eagles going for a mix between a 3-1 and a 2-1-1 at the moment with a short and long target. It's been a while since I've seen that in futsal in WA. Ball to Kirkby, and Kirkby with a monumental stuff up. Sinclair sends him, and Sinclair, the man who punishes Kirkby, 1-1. Now with Fonseca, Cruz. Sinclair already calling for the Savi. Spent all his effort on that skill move. Allen looking to reply, and give us goalkeeper ball. Salah playing that mid ball. It wasn't covered well by Cumbre. Fonseca intercepting. Hayes now on the break. 2-on-1. Can he hit Allen? He does. Allen, can he finish? Touch poor. Going long. Fonseca intercepting. Cruz, one-time ball to Hayes. Hayes got time and space to drive. Cuts in, beats past Amory, shoots, and the second one, that signature volley, just hit so well, but can't find that net. Anyone who's going to give Cumbre back those 3 points. It's going to be that man, Will Hayes. Ball through, and Cruz just at full stretch, just doing enough. Allen driving, playing down the line. Cruz, who shoots the back post, and Hayes wasn't there. De Oliveira just in the corner of your screen down the bottom right. 4 seconds was the call. Khalid Salah taking too long. This set play opportunity. Looks like Cruz will be the one to shoot if I was to guess here, judging by the angle. I was right, and he shoots, and seen out by Spence. Played to Allen. Back to Cruz, across the court to Hayes. Back with Cruz. Good line of 3, and Hayes just not reading that line of play. Ball going long. Now with Allen. Who's he going to pick? He picks the back post, cross goal, and an easy finish there for Will Hayes as they extend the gap. That's where Arqam Eagles plays well enough. Looks like they got Salah back at target. Have a momentary pause as we have our referees cleaning the court. Score is 2-1 to Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. Cumbre can go back to sitting pretty effectively here. Fonseca intercepts and sees it to Allen. Allen needs to be careful here. He's getting himself in a corner. Does well with his footwork. Hayes running that line of 3 well. Bucat back to Fonseca. Allen, nice 4-0 movement here. Allen feeding a nice ball to Fonseca. Back to Bucat. Tries to feed it through. Can't though. Salah, good footwork. Getting caught out by Bucat though. Gives it back to Fonseca. Line of 3 to Allen. Cuts it back. And Hardy with a save. Now with De Oliveira, who slows the game down. But you don't want him driving at a defense like this as he gets past 1 and takes a little fall. Ball down the line to Allen. Hayes. Out wide with Fonseca. Now with Bucat. Trying to hit Allen. Does. Now with Hayes. Fonseca. Good touch from Bucat. Fonseca. Allen. Hayes. Hits a line of 3 to Allen, who hits that diagonal ball. And just stuck in the corner as the clearance from Arqam Eagles just sliced. Back with Fonseca. Line of 3 to Hayes as Allen makes his way to the floor. Flicked ball through and trying to catch Hardy out. Ball going long, seen out by Allen. Allen now driving. It's a 3-on-3. Back post Bucat and just cut out. Fonseca switching for Cruzet. Now it's with De Oliveira. Again, dangerous when driving. Playing across. And Cruzet looking to pounce. All down the line and trying to get the reverse ball back and can't. Dangerous there, Hayes, but gets through. He's going to be rewarded for his risk. And first ball's not getting through and just shepherded out. Call is a corner ball. Timeout for Cambio Cumbre. If they look to do a set play, we'll... Here we have play starting, and Arqam Eagles winning that counter-attack, but just spilling via Harvey. Stefan Kuzet through. Just running out of real estate though. Hardy going short. Now long, and Kirkby able to collect easily. Short to Hayes is we have an isolated player on the other side. We'll see if they use it. Thompson driving through the middle well. Kuzet playing with Allen. Hayes tries to go down the line and cut out by Amory, who's got quick feet. Back post, gets him. De Oliveira, can he finish? No, someone by Kirkby. Now the Cumbre wall's back, and De Oliveira, maybe that B game before might have cost him. That crucial goal for the Arqam Eagles to bring it equal. Ball with Salah, who's trying to organise his teammates. De Oliveira. Ball through and trying to get that little nick on, and can't beat Nick Kirkby with that little nick on. Cruz, Allen, Arqam Eagles slowing down their press. Cruz can't find the feet of Thompson, who was at full stretch. Ball, Salah, good turn, started cut out by Cruzet though. De Oliveira, Salah plays long and good hold up, hits De Oliveira. Wall Cumbre's coming though as Kirkby calls keepers, but De Oliveira gets to it first. He beats one off the post, and if that was a round post, that's probably in, but this square just not going Arqam Eagles' way. And now Amory's driving. De Oliveira 2-on-1. Yusuf Amory can't finish. Arqam Eagles, they've had 2-3 crucial chances that if they finish, they'll be equal, but just not going their way. Cumbre looking to settle things down as they look at the time as veteran Nestor Fonseca comes on. Out wide. Windrum's first minutes. Cruz. Now with Bucat. Cruz. Now same line. Fonseca. Let's play down the line, and Bucat gives it back to him. Fonseca, can he finish? Has a play at the back post and cut out well by Salah, who shepherds it out. Rolling foul. What's the call from Campos? Not blocking the shot here as they allow the play down the line, but seen out again. shoots the back post and doesn't reach Windrum. And nice turn by Amory, but Fonseca shepherding him. He gets beat on the pace. Can he finish? Kirkby with the save. Fonseca slowing things down. Bucat. Cruz. Bucat. Feeds back to Cruz, who just keeps it in. Ball down line cut out by Cruz. Altai Jaja on the court with his signature mismatch boots. De Oliveira feeds it back to him and he's there running. Jaja just can't finish it. Jaja, that was his moment to score against the mighty Cumbre. Arqam Eagles seem to be knocking on the door, but not quite getting it in this circumstance. Windrum, good internal ball to Cruz. Arqam Eagles need to be careful of that internal ball. Cruz, hard, making things difficult for himself as he saves it into the air and then has to parry it further out. Similar to last week's save of the round, to be honest. Ball with Arqam Eagles. De Oliveira, the man who's going to stop things, and he does. Windrum with the foul. He's going to stop things for Cumbre. De Oliveira getting to his head a little bit, but when De Oliveira's mad, it ends up being dribbles, and it's going to go one or two ways. Kirkby going for the optimistic and hard as the half time, and we will join you after this quick ad break.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Play resumes as Arqam Eagle have a corner. Cut out. Salah. Showing nice footwork and plays the forward ball to De Oliveira, but cut out by the Cumbre wall as he runs into danger. Finds Salah. Can he finish? Sends one. Chip! Out though. That could have been the moment for Arqam Eagles. They're very good on this counter as we go back to a 4-0 for Cumbre. Their comfort. And just like that, it opens up. Hayes with the ball now. Not sure why Arqam Eagles were calling for that ball. It either came off their player or a foul. Ball out. Arqam Eagles. Ball. Ball with Allen. Back to Cruz. Hayes. Cruz down the line to Allen. Takes his player well, but doesn't have the pace to get past De Oliveira. Gives himself a little clap. Spence on the court. First time ball and was into the right space, but just misstepped. Back with Hayes. Gives it to Cruz, out wide with Thompson, who flicks down the line and just seen out by Sinclair, the goal scorer. Of course, Sinclair, goalkeeper. Cutting those angles well, but losing his player just like that. It's a worry for the Arqam Eagles. Ball through, De Oliveira. Can he beat past Cruz? Back row. Kirkby with a save. That's 4 goals that Cumbre have just managed to keep it out of their goal net. Those are the moments that count. Ball fed through and just seen out. Salah just seeing it out. Now to Hayes. Allen just doing some nice movement in the middle there, trying to receive the ball. Hayes plays Cruz. Down the line to Thompson. Cut out by Salah. Thompson on the ball now. Playing Cruz. Shoots and hard with the reaction save. Dropping that knee. Well, ball going along. Seems to be the Arqam Eagles' game plan. Play that ball along and run onto it. Not sure what we're waiting for. Oh, it's slipping up. Covering up some water. Ball restarts. First time ball. Thompson not going for it. Salah. And Amory not quite reading that one. Cruz. Thompson. Hayes. Allen. Sees Thompson. Can't find that ball to Allen. Cruz. Finds Hayes. Able to beat past Sinclair easily. Back to him and chance for Cumbre. Sinclair looking a bit worrisome as he's not tracking his runner well. Salah flick down the line. Hitting the target well. Reset back. Ball goes long. Cut out by Cruz. Hayes. Going past his player and Amory just seeing it out. 11 minutes left. Ball to Cruz. Driving. Cuts inside as Sinclair just doing enough to send him off balance. Back to Hayes. Again. Back to Cumbre. Thompson. Nice skill. Amri showing a lot of effort here with the press. Pressing literally all over the court. Allen plenty of time to drive as Arqam Eagles not sure whether to press or stay. Into the middle. Salah. Getting caught. Allen with the press and just seen out. Rolling foul against Arqam. Ball with Cruz. Looking at open up. He does. Nice play. Can't find Cruzette though. Amory now driving. Sinclair at that back post. Khalid Salah with a toe poke and Kirkby just watching that go out. Kirkby finding Cruzette on the wrong side though as he wants his left foot. Ball with Fonseca. Amory now 2-1 on the counter and cut out well by Hayes. It's one thing with Cumbre is as much as they might lose in transition, they win it right back. Thompson appealing for the foul and not getting it. Ball with Amory. Salah moving in those mid spaces. Just opening up space for his teammate, but Sinclair unable to keep hold of it as Hayes. Fonseca asking Hayes to slow down. 9 minutes left. Cut out there from Cruzette. Seen out there from the Arqam Eagles, just trying to get control of it and can't. Of course, Arqam with a massive bench. Cumbre, big bench for their standards. Ball over the top. Thompson, well controlled. Beats past Sinclair, who gives 2 hands and runs full pace, asking for it back. De Oliveira cutting in. Ball over the top. Cut out by Thompson, able to control it. Now driving, 3-on-1. Hits it to his left, and Ethan Hardy clearing well. Kirkby, Fonseca. Sinclair, quick ball, Salah. Ball with Thompson. Fonseca getting pressed. Cruzette can't go over the top as now it's back with De Oliveira. Cut out by Cruzette. Hayes. Thompson trying to find Hayes back and does. And a finish for Will Hayes. Beautiful ball there from Reed Thompson to find Will Hayes and calm, collected finish there. You see the end of that play. Again, youngster Reed Thompson crucial in that attacking phase. 3-1 to Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. As they'll probably look to see this game out. Next goal is going to be the most crucial. Will Arqam Eagles get their momentum back, or will Cumbre just finish them off? Hayes. Thompson, good play. Now isolated, playing down the line. De Oliveira leaving something in. Will Hayes beating past one, and there's the toe poke, square post. Cruzette with a shot. Toe poke, and Hardy collecting. Cumbre getting back their momentum. Hayes absolutely crucial in that. This ball goes out from the Arqam Eagles. Timeout for Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. We'll join you back after this quick ad break. And we are joined back as Cumbre constantly coming on the court. Of course, being the opposite side, I can't quite hear the team conversations, but I'm guessing would have been saying along the lines of, let's keep calm and collected. It's going to be a long game, and 8 minutes left. They can't afford to do it, as Thompson with the signature half turn, but just not keep it in. Ball on the line, but can't be moving, as Tasparski is just calling that ball back. Bucat hitting Thompson well. He runs down the line and beat past the player, but just can't take that touch to punish. Good pressure, Fonseca. Thompson keeping control of it. Fonseca skipping past one and going to the floor. Bugle standing on the ball. Middle looks open. It's Kuzet, and first time shot can't finish. Hardy. Going along. Giving it right back to Cumbre though. Fonseca. Bucat, bit of a mistouch, but fixes it himself. Thompson looking to drive. Hits a 1-2 with Fonseca. Doesn't get it back though. Now De Oliveira looking to turn against the veteran, can't. Plays Hardy. Hardy going long and just seen out. Kirkby on the ball now, goes long, tries to hit Fonseca. Hits De Oliveira in the chest instead, who does his signature little quick feet. Ball down the line and intercepted. Toe poke from Kuzet, not doing well enough. It's ball to target and seen out. Short and intercepted there from Kuzet. Does well. Player to the floor is he's down like a fish. Not sure if he's been injured there. Looks like he's been hurt. I think he got something to the face from Kuzet. Referees didn't see it, didn't call anything. Play restarting as it's back to the Arqam Eagles. De Oliveira into his fixo. Back to De Oliveira, getting pressed and turns, and Kuzet falling through a little bit. Turn from De Oliveira, too good. De Oliveira playing Hardy. Hardy out wide, getting pressed, and Allen doing enough to see Jarja just hit it out. Thompson exiting. Bucat. Allen playing Kirkby. Kirkby going long. Hitting De Oliveira, whose touch just puts him into space. Jarja going long. Able to find that ball, but can't keep it in. Ball across court. Does a swift 1-2 to Hayes into space, but Jarja just seeing it out. Allen Playing to Hayes. Cruz. Isolated one-on-one. Decides to play it simple. Bucat. Back to Cruz. Now ice one-on-one. Tries to find that back post. Hayes. On the ball now. Playing Cruz. First time ball. Bucat. Nutmeg and just not into space. Was a nice play. Hard. Going long. Just seen out for a goalkeeper ball. Kirkby. Out wide. Nice 1-2 to Allen, who's able to turn with no pressure. Miscontrolling it, but making up for it with the press. Stepping back out, and now missed touch. Feeding to Cruz, who's under heavy pressure. Hayes. Cruz, heavy touch, plays down the line. Goes back out to him though, plenty of time and space. Plays out to the left. Now in the middle, Hayes. Cruz. Cruz using his body well against Jarja, playing forward. Overlap here from Cruz and finds Hayes well. Now able to drive. Right foot wants the shot, and that back post was beckoning if Allen could have got there. Early pressure, back with Cumbre. Shot from Hayes, just that back post. Khalid driving, feeding nicely. The touch is too heavy though, as it's seen now. Kirkby just covering just in case. Kirkby feeding Hayes. Cruz, nice overlap for Fonseca. Feeding Cruz. Driving left foot, and De Oliveira just putting the crucial interception in. Shot. Short to Hardy from the corner, and De Oliveira now with the wall of white to beat. De Oliveira, Salah going long, and Kirkby just collecting that one. Fonseca running into space, being beat by De Oliveira's challenge. Shot as Salah drags it wide. 3-1 still scoring. Ball with Fonseca. Plays that ball over the top, plenty of time and space. Hardy's seeing it out. Ball with Fonseca down the line. Feeds well. Windrum, time and space, and just not putting it in the back of the net. He'll be disappointed with that one. De Oliveira back to goal. Fonseca looking to press, and De Oliveira keeping it in. Fonseca with a crucial touch. De Oliveira on the ball now. Out wide with Salah. He's got time and space. Looks to play it through. Fonseca seeing it out. Hayes down line to Cruz. He's got time and space. Looks to drive himself. Ball across court to Windrum. Can he finish? Back post. Hayes, and Good save there from Ethan Hard. Windrum could have gone himself, but did the unselfish thing, and Hayes just couldn't get the right connection. Ball over the top. Read by Sinclair, and just seen out. Ball with Salah. Finding Sinclair, who does a ball roll, but ball rolls himself. Kirkby on the ball now. Hayes looking to go onto that run. Of course, pace, some of the most unmatched in the league. Cruz out wide now with Windrum. He looks to drive against Salah. Getting crucial touch, but Windrum still on the ball. Looking to press, gets beat by Salah. Down the line, easy with Cruz now. Hayes, one-on-one, drives into that space. Good tackle there from Spence. Sinclair trying to find Salah and can't. Ball over the top, and Salah with the volley over the top. Sinclair, not the perfect ball that he was hoping for. Kirkby on the ball now. Ball over the top. Good throw there by Kirkby, but just can't get it under control. Cruz. Shot from Salah, well wide. Ball with Kirkby, looking to restart. Now with Fonseca. Windrum in that short target. Cruz. Nice 1-2 with Fonseca. Lightens up for Windrum, who shakes his player. 2-on-1. Hardy with the save, and Cumbre really got to be scoring those chances. Arqam Eagles weren't even looking to track back there. They thought it was dead and buried. But Hardy to the rescue. Cruz playing it forward. Fonseca finding Hayes. Back to Fonseca, opens up. Playing back to Cruz, first time. Hayes able to turn. Fonseca. Hayes, one-on-one with Cruz. Good half turn. Back to Hayes. Now with Windrum. Time and space. Internal ball. Cut out though. That ball was a bit quicker. That would have been a good ball from Windrum. Fonseca. Fielding to Windrum. Fonseca. Now with Cruz. Fielding Nesta Fonseca. Cruz. Fonseca. Cruz. Mistouch. Ball down the line, fielding Sinclair, holds it up well. Out wide, Salah driving, trying to feed that target and just finding Kirkby instead. Ball with Fonseca, just slowing the game down. Nice 1-2 there. Cruz, they're dragging forward as they look to play forward, and Sinclair just using his arm out. For Osnon, Windrum would have collected that very easily. He had a 2-on-1. 30 seconds left as Cumbre just looked to use up their time. As Windrum looks to the skies. Fonseca, back roll. Hayes looking to turn. Fakes one side. Fonseca getting pressed. Drags us on the inside. Windrum getting caught. Able to give it to Fonseca though. And a foul against Fonseca. 12 seconds left. Arqam Eagles will need a miracle now. Hayes. Dancing with the devil. Hits Windrum though. Able to turn and drive. 2 seconds left. Windrum keeping the ball, and that will be full time. Scoreline 3-1 to the man in white today, but usually in red. We will join you back in a different location at Belladura and Subiaco. We will see you next week.